All right, I want to do this video specifically for parents, and I pray and I hope that it's not going to be long. I'll try so I can go back to work. Um, just took my break and I felt like sharing a word with us. Um, you see, the future of your child, whatever your child will become in life, is as a result of what you are speaking over the child. Whatever you are speaking over your child is what the child will become. When you go through the Bible, you observe that either before a child is born or the moment the child is born, normally they call a prophet or a priest to speak over the child. There's a reason that, in the Bible or in the ancient time, even in the ancient time, our fathers, normally when they give birth to a child in those days, they call a priest, those who worship idol. They take the child to their shrine or whatever, and they speak over the child. And in the same, the devil imitates God. He tries to copy God. Whatever God does, he wants to copy it and, do the counterfeit. So, but in the Bible, normally, when a child is born in the Bible, the parents of the child consult a prophet or a priest to tell the future of the child, either when the mother is pregnant or the moment the child is born, so they can know the destiny or the future of the child, to know what the child is going to be. And normally, the priest or the prophet will speak, will speak blessings over the child. I'm looking at my time. All right. So I just want to do this video briefly for parents. I remember 2 weeks before my father passed, 2 weeks before he died, I remember he visited me in school. I was living in boarding school in another very far place from our community, very far place. And normally before you visit your children in the school, you give a pre-information. You tell the school when you are coming. In fact, they have a visiting day. Normally they have a visiting day. It's a federal school, a high school. Now, one day, my father visited me unannounced. He just drove into the school unannounced. And I was surprised to see him. Like, it was on a Sunday. And when he came, we talked, and after we talked, he gave me the provision he brought for me. And he told me, he just called me, said, follow me. I followed him. He took me to a very lonely place, a classroom that is, it was lonely. Nobody was there. He took me to a corner where nobody would see him, even if people come around. So he took me to a hidden corner in the classroom. This is something I have not told my mother, I have not told my siblings. And he laid hands on me. My father laid hands on me and he began to speak blessings. He began to speak blessings. I was 14 years old then, I think. I didn't understand why he was doing that. Honestly, that was the first time that he laid hands on me and he began to speak blessing. He began to speak blessings. Now he was strong. He wasn't sick. Nothing was wrong with him. And after that, he went back home. He drove back home. Normally, when he visits, he normally comes with someone, normally comes maybe with my mom or with a family friend, but this time he came by himself. So when he got back home, a few weeks after that, I was told that my father died. And that incident remained in my mind. And I want to speak to parents today. Whatever your child will be is in your mouth. Is in your mouth to say what you want your child to become. I don't care if the child is wayward. I don't care if the child is the black sheep of the family. I don't care if the child is messing around. You can turn your child around with the word you speak. Excuse me. You can reverse the life of your child with a spoken word just by speaking. So what it means is, when you are speaking blessings, you are creating the future of a child. When you are speaking a curse over your child, you are destroying the life of your child. I have seen parents who placed a curse over their children and they regretted it. Now, that child is the one that will take care of you when you are old. Now, presently, I stay with my mom in the United States. Now, imagine if she was cursing me and I used to be the black sheep of my family. I didn't grow up knowing God. When I was a little boy, I was a bully. I was naughty. I was stubborn. I was very stubborn. I was a failure in school, like taking the last position in school. I was bad in school, but my parents were speaking blessings because God told them something before I was born. That God spoke to them, this child is going to serve me. So they had that in mind, that no matter what happens, this child is going to serve God. So because the devil attacks children with prophetic destiny, he attacks them on time. He attacks them when they are young to divert them. So no matter what your child is doing, don't speak a curse word over your child. Speak blessings. Speak blessings. Joseph was speaking in the Bible. He said, the blessing of my father has prevailed. Joseph was almost the youngest, but the blessing of his father prevailed because the father blessed him before he passed. And I want to speak to parents. Stop cursing your child. No matter what your child did, don't curse your child, because time will come when you will be old, you will need that child. When you will be old and you stop work and you retire, you're going to need that child to survive. Speak blessings over your children. Speak blessings over your grandchildren. I repeat, no matter what your child did, don't speak a curse word over your child. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you're going to regret it. And by the time you begin to regret it, you'll forget that you cursed the child. Some parents, you tell your child, the way you treat me is the way your children will treat you. That's not a blessing. I know probably your child hurt your feelings or did something wrong, but that's why you are there. You call your child to order and advise them and bless them. You understand what I'm saying? And there are people listening to this video right now. You are hurting your parents. You are provoking your parents. You are disappointing and disobeying your parents. The Bible said, honor your father and your mother so you can live long. That means if you don't honor your father and your mother, you may not live long. You may die prematurely, and that's not God's plan for you. So if you want to live a long life, honor your father and your mother. It's very important. I was telling someone, anytime my mother blesses me, she blesses me crying. She blesses me crying because I'm a blessing to her. I'm a blessing to her children. I'm telling you, anytime she blesses me, when she lays hands on me, tears wouldn't let her pray. Her tears will be dropping on my head. The tears of that widow will be dropping on my head. She can't pray when she lays hands on me, because she will remember, this child has been a blessing. This child is a blessing. Let me tell you something. If your parents curse you, it will come to pass. If your father looks at you and places a curse on you, it's going to happen. I don't care if your father is a bishop or a native doctor or a witch doctor. If he curses you, it's going to happen. If your mother curses you, it's going to happen. And that's why it's important for you to obey your parents. Listen to your parents. Do what is right. Don't fight your mother. Let me tell you something. The Bible says, don't rebuke an elder. Don't rebuke an elder, no matter what they did. See, even when your parents are wrong, don't ever rebuke an elder. Don't ever stand before them to point your fingers at them, telling them they are wrong. You have no right to do that. Don't rebuke an elder. I advise you today, if you are listening to me and you are disobeying your parents and disregarding them, you are placing a curse on yourself. Some of you don't call your parents. You don't make out time to go see your parents, to buy them gifts, to take care of them. The way you treat them is the way your children will treat you. I am family oriented. I'm family oriented because I came from a loving, peaceful, united family. So I love to see families stay together. And I want to advise you today, love your father and your mother. Love your father. You know, sometimes I wish my father was alive. So when I see children who disobey their fathers, I feel like kind of punching the person. See, when I see a child disobeying his father, I just feel like punching the person, like punch him in the nose. I'm serious. Like you don't know what you have if your father is alive. I wish my father was alive. I wish my father was alive. That he's alive for me to take care of him, to build him a house, to buy him a car, to take him around the world, to send him on vacations. Do you know what it means for your father to be alive? Do you know what it means? If your parents are alive, be careful. Be very careful. Because one day you're going to pick up your phone and call them and nobody will answer. They are gone. If I call my father's number right now, he's gone forever. Nobody picks the call. Honor your father and your mother. If you want to live long, if you want to be happy, if you want to be successful, if they place a curse on you, mark it. It will come to pass. Be careful. God bless you.